Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and I hope you are having an amazing week. Now if you've seen my previous collection video, you might remember that at the end of that one I was sat on 1,150 physical Xbox 360 games as part of my attempt to build a complete collection of every single Xbox 360 physical game that was ever released in the UK. That list sits at a total of 1,176 games. So I was just 26 away from a full set. Well, in this video today, I'm going to update you on 6 games that I've acquired since then. I'll show you the condition, I'll tell you what I paid for them, I'll tell you where I acquired them from, and whether any need upgrading for, better boxes, better manuals, better inlays, better discs, and the like. So if you're into Xbox 360, or you're into video game collecting, or even into gaming retrospective videos, and would like to help the channel with its final push towards YouTube partner, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and check out some of the content already on the channel. If you like the video, please help me out and give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments which of the games that you pick out yourself. Anyway, shameless self-plug over, let's crack on with the video. Now, I'm not going to lie, I adore the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and in my humble opinion, Gen 7 was the golden age of video gaming. It was also an incredibly prolific generation. As I mentioned, there's well over 1,100 physical Xbox 360 games which launched in the UK. And when I take a scroll through my Google Sheet list at the sheer volume of games to collect, it's actually quite daunting. And listen, it's not a cheap undertaking either. I mean, yeah, sure, you can buy FIFA 08 for 50p and you can buy BioShock Infinite for £1.50. But seriously, some of the games are incredibly expensive and they're also bloody hard to find. And part of the joy for me in finding games that I need in a bundle is having a look at what else they come with. Now, I've countered a lot of this cost by buying games in bundles from places like eBay and Vinted and Facebook Marketplace and car boot sales and charity shops and secondhand stores and FreeCycle and goodness knows where else you can acquire games from. Sometimes I'll find an absolute gem in there. Sometimes it's a game that's worth a lot more than the bundle even suggests. Sometimes it's just finding a decent condition copy of a game that I've already got but maybe haven't got a great manual or great condition disc for. And it's always nice to sell on the excess stuff in the bundle so that I can fund the next purchases. Now again, it's not always an exact science. Sometimes you rely quite heavily on luck, but this is the first time in a long time where none of these games came in a bundle. Nope, I'm at the nitty-gritty stage of collecting now, where I'm just happy to find a decent condition copy of a game that I need, at a reasonable price, of course. So anyway, let's crack on with what I've bought. First up, it's Just Dance 2018. Seriously, I hate the fact that I have to buy Just Dance games. So this is actually a super late Xbox 360 game. There was only a handful more games that came out after this one. There was Just Dance 2019, which I've already got. There was FIFA 19, and there was also Cars 3. Those are the only games that came out after this one. So this one is basically the 4th newest Xbox 360 title ever released. As you can see from the condition, it's actually in decent nick. I bought this game from CEX. I paid 15 quid for it. But as you can see, it came with a manual and of course the disc. I say instruction manual in the loosest possible terms because that is the extent of the manual. I mean, at least they went to the hassle of printing the cover on the manual. The disc itself is actually in reasonable condition. I'm quite happy with that. Not that I ever envision myself playing Just Dance with a Kinect. Although, looking at the track list, I think my wife might play this because it's got the Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee seminal classic Despacito. Oh boy, I think my littlest one will play this as well because it's got How Far I'll Go from Moana. So there you go, another one for the set, and one maybe the wife might approve of. Next up, I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z. I bought this from a car boot sale for the whopping price of £2. Listen, even though I paid 2 quid for it, I did and ah about buying it because there's no manual. The box itself is actually in decent condition. I'm reasonably happy with it. There's a tiny little bit of sticker residue at the top here. It will need a clean, but nothing major. The disc itself is actually in surprisingly decent condition considering it was from a car boot sale and the previous owner lost the instruction manual. I mean, look, I am going to have to pay a proper price for a proper copy of it at some point with a manual. But for now, it will do. It will go in the set. Happy days. I mean, even looking at the back of the box, there is nothing here that is convincing me that I'm wrong in choosing not to play Dragon Ball Z. I've got no interest in it, no idea really what it is, probably never going to touch it, but at least I own it. Next up is one that I bought off eBay. I actually made an offer on this on eBay for £9, which sat there for a little while, and I completely forgot I'd made an offer for it before it got accepted. In fact, it just turned up in the post. I completely forgot that I'd even made an offer on it. It's Final Fantasy XI Online 2007 edition. Now, I've already got the base game and I've got the 2008 edition, so this one was another part of the set that I needed. I've also got one of the expansion packs, though I am led to believe that there is a second expansion pack which is incredibly expensive. In all fairness, the manual is a little bit tatty. It's got a horrible little lift at the bottom there. The actual thing is somewhat creased. There is a little contraption that I use to basically iron out instruction manuals, so I think this might come out okay. I'm not massively concerned about it, to be honest, because the weird thing with Final Fantasy XI is that it was an online subscription-based game and it's no longer available. You can't play it. So it is literally paying £9 on eBay to some guy for a copy of a game that I can never ever play. I mean, seriously, it's like buying digital. I was happy with this one because it also came with the user agreement and policy booklet, and it also comes, not that it's going to help me at all, but with all the controls. I mean, seriously, this is a complicated game to play on an Xbox 360 pad. I'm glad I never got into this. Again, I guess the condition of the disc is utterly irrelevant, but I am actually quite pleased with it. It looks in decent nick. There's no major scratches or scuffs on it. I will give it a little bit of a buff just to make sure it's as clean as can possibly be. But again, I don't see the point because it doesn't work. But still, it's another one to go on the list. Next up, I bought this one from another collector on a Facebook group. I paid £18 for it, which is a reasonable price for what it is. It's the Incredible Hulk. So this is kind of like an open world superhero game where you can smash stuff up. Apparently, it's not utterly terrible. I'm not really into Marvel and stuff like that, but I might just give it a try just because I'm kind of interested to see how it plays. He was quite honest about the condition when I bought it. £18 is certainly under market value for this. The box doesn't actually close at the bottom, which is a little bit annoying. I'm not quite sure where the break is yet. I haven't really looked into it. Considering there's also a tear just around here, I might have to show you at a different angle. There you go. You can see the tear just along here. So I am going to need to replace the box for it, which isn't a problem. Manual itself is in half decent condition. Again, a couple of frays at the bottom. There's a couple of frays at the top as well. But on the whole, it's in acceptable condition. The disc itself does have some very light scratches on it. Again, it will buff out pretty well. So yeah, while it's not an absolutely pristine condition copy, for the price that I paid for it, I'm actually really happy. And that guy shifted it on quite easily, so he's happy as well. Next up is another CEX purchase. It's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now, I paid £12 for this from the CEX near to where I work, and I've got to be honest, I am astonished by the condition of it. First off, the box is absolutely pristine. Not a single mark on it. It's really, really well looked after. Now, this CEX seems to do the sensible thing, is when they take the games in, they actually take the instruction manuals out of the box and keep them with the disc, which I guess stops people from stealing them, which is a start. But again, the manual's in really, really clean, crisp condition. I don't know, it's just not something I normally associate with buying from CEX. And best of all is the disc itself, which is absolutely immaculate. Like, I genuinely don't even think I need to buff this. It is that good. I have actually played Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I actually quite liked it. I mean, again, I'm not into Marvel, but I do like Capcom fighting games. And this is probably worth a play for me just because it's got 12 extra characters and it's got 8 new stages. So yeah, I think I am actually going to fire this one up and give it a go. £12 well spent. And last but by certainly no means least, it's Truck Racer. Now, I bought this from eBay and I paid $9.99 for it. And as you can see, it's factory sealed. Now look, I wasn't expecting this at all. The picture in the auction listing had the box, it had a picture of the manual inside it, it had a picture of the disc, it even had a turned over picture of the disc to show the condition of it. It was listed as used like new, and then it arrived factory sealed. Honestly, I did send the guy a message and was like, hey, this Truck Racer that I bought from you, you sent me a factory seal copy. Are you sure you were meant to do that? And he didn't reply. I mean, look, don't get me wrong, I'm going to give him positive feedback because he sent me a factory sealed copy of a game that I bought used. But honestly, absolutely chuffed to bits to get a factory sealed copy for a tenner. including shipping. Absolute bargain. I'm not actually going to play it because obviously I'm going to keep it sealed because, you know, why wouldn't you? And also I did play Truck Racer on Xbox One when it was in Game Pass and it was absolute crap. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about playing this one, but it's a lovely condition copy to go in the set. And just when you thought it was over, here's a nice little bonus for you. You remember that Dragon Ball that I bought from a car boot sale? Well, the very same person also had a copy of this, which I bought for £1. You might look at it and go, well, that's not very interesting because, you know, you can get Fable 2 for next to nothing, you can get Halo 3 for next to nothing. The double pack itself doesn't seem to be very expensive either. But the thing I noticed about this was that it's the Fable 2 Game of the Year edition, because pretty much every other copy I've seen of this is Fable 2 with the red cover and Halo 3. Now again, I have seen this with dual PEGI in USK ratings, but I've never seen just the PEGI version of Halo 3 and Fable 2 Game of the Year edition. I don't know, it just struck me as a little bit odd. I mean, to be fair, even a normal one, I'd have paid £1 for it. I was really intrigued by this because even working in video game retail around the height of the Xbox 360 era, I do not remember this bundle copy. I don't remember what it was from. I remember the Halo 3 Fable 2 bundle copy, but I don't remember the Halo 3 Fable 2 Game of the Year bundle copy. And again, everywhere I've looked to try and find a replication of it, it's always got a PEGI rating and then a USK rating, you know, the red German logo at the bottom. So happy days on this one. But let me know in the comments if you've got or you've seen one of these, because you never know, I might have just stumbled on something incredibly rare and paid £1 for it. So look, this one for now is going to go into the pile with the rest of the double packs and the classic reissues that I'm just starting to build out. So I am now 20 games short of a full set, some of which I have acquired in the last 24 hours and are currently on their way to me. So keep an eye out for another update video fairly soon. Look, I'm not going to spoil which games I've bought, but for now there is a list on the screen which details exactly which games I still need. I am still trying to find out whether Kick-Ass 2 belongs on this list or not, and I'm also, like I said, just trying to verify that Final Fantasy XI online expansion pack, which may also need to be added to the list. But yeah, I'm basically 20 away, and the finish line is in sight. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please do check out the other videos on my collection, as well as my Xbox 360 A Retrospective series, which takes a bit of a deeper dive into some of the games. Let me know your thoughts on these pickups, or indeed if you have this weird Halo Fable Game of the Year set yourself. And do let me know if there's any games you want to see have the retrospective treatment. And if you've got this far, smash that like button. Make me smile. Until next time, thanks again for watching. Be awesome to each other, and I unconditionally love your hecking faces.